Welcome back. Elders and leaders from indigenous groups in Kunene and Omaheke recently attended the 2024 International Participatory Design Conference, or the PDC, held in Sarawak, Malaysia, co-hosted by NUST and the University of Technology of Sarawak. The conference looked at ways to grow new alliances with research communities and stakeholders in a collaborative and structured approach to change initiatives. The elders were funded by UNESCO under the MTC Namibia Indigenous Projects, and they were accompanied by the Acting Deputy Vice-Chancellor of Research, Innovation and Partnership at the Namibia University of Science and Technology, Dr. Collin Stanley, who now joins us with the big man, Uariaike Mpinge. Very good afternoon, and thank you so much for joining us. Yeah, my channel is not so good.
Your English is, even though he's not hearing it, he can sense that it's a good English.
Thank you so much. Thank you so much. Dr. Collins, let's perhaps start with you, just making us understand the importance of this event and allow Tatimbinge to also share his experience, being at that level as well.
Yes, this is one of the reputable international conferences. This is the 18th conference, 18th time that is taking place. It was, as you said, it was in Sibu, that is in Malaysia. And this conferences, this Pacific conference looks at participatory in the sense that all are equal footing in participation in their research endeavors. It could be artwork, it could be computer science. We look at computer science. It was once also in Namibia in 2014. In 2016, it was also in Denmark. It's a global conference that is biannual, that happens every second year. The next, after 2 years, it will be in Italy. So it brings a lot of global renowned researchers that come and share their knowledge on what they've been researching the past 2 years. So that's how high value conference it is. And NUST had the opportunity to co-host it with the University of Technology Sarawak from Malaysia.
And Tatimbinge perhaps talk to us about the importance of him as an indigenous knowledge holder participating in this a big event, and also what it does for the community, because in the past it has felt that they have been left out. People come there, collect all this knowledge, all this intellectual property, and people like himself and the rest of the community are not acknowledged for that. Can you touch on that for us, please?
Tatembinge purira Malaysia vi o wangura puno wa kontone no buro denki o shinene wa kontone ve ke kutoro o ke kupuro nongo kove avei aveka shangolomba pira o veni waka no karuve de kukapu no mbongarenjo nenenji kui turaira kusha ove wa kavi wa munuko ndengu njitekipi kusho wa neno kupo usembo kukara mbongaro nenenji
Dangi como pulilonga pula bachoko kuwacha pula naho o mbongalero kumbaire ya unguliro bino binene obiwa mbe muno uwa yetuani sakumwe no mihoko peke abandu mutoroka abandu muhoko peke mihoka bihe makatike hindi kapena muhoko mbahali mwana ame ujuge mbahongo toroka majoy.
So first, thank you for your question, a very good question. This conference that he attended was very good for him because he had the opportunity to see other indigenous knowledge holders from other countries.
Ojene juwajimba munungo omihoka bihe ko hakaini siwa pam. Okizaji wajimba munongo obi ungula mbimbili yombagu owambaga dehe okuane kwa pamwe kuyapamwe.
So what he also enjoyed the most is different people coming together, sharing knowledge, and especially the indigenous knowledge, sharing their knowledge, their perspective.
They say that, you know, where we come from as human beings, you know, we all come from one pot. And I think an interesting question would be, what were some of the similarities, for example, when they sat with the indigenous people from Peru or the native Indians, that made him realize, wait a minute, we actually have more in common here than we have out of common.
Yeah. Puri Malaysia windora rulisha wali o shimotaro anda vehe twa thako muthi umwe. Pari no anu mbathire ko Canada o munene Herman mundu thonje bovenki. Pari na ware mbathire ko Lakado, pari na ware mbathire ko New Zealand. Pari wando venki. Pada pari no china shimo mundu shosha wina ngora ndo mbatu no china shimo kumoshi kwa isho shwa muni isho china shimo shi ishimwe shimo munusha mwari no china shimo mamu kaene na kumwe.
Ogeze chimba mwine bachamba mwine mwenda uhechiri na una mbathi auhe una mbathi kitwe kerembo mwenda uhe wali malaliso mbathi auhe wali malaliso mbathi wale mwenda adheri pege nehi ameze munu kuja omagunguliro mawa obandu ngwali kiberi pamwe kimabezo basana mikimiji wambathi ye kimiji wambathi ya ingu obe kimiji wambathi yanje iya ko uye waka wanambano chikwe yo binambi yo mahina mbi ogamba ndo kutwa mo mahina okucha ade hakoka wachira koka ne zaba ne ka de kone opethia nei chimba muno kuja ngwali ngo kukotora dombagu pamwe kuongira pamwe nokupikwa ogene githemba.
Okay, so his response to that question is this, that although everyone has their own unique traditions, he said the beauty of it is to know each other's traditions. So that already is profounding for him, that everyone should have their own knowledge, but you should know each other's knowledge. Then you better understand how people reason. And he's saying that now that with technologies, that we have technologies that allow us to safeguard our knowledge, put our knowledge so that our future generations can have that knowledge, that is also very good. But the idea that you can always learn from other traditions, for him, that was the thing that he liked the most.
Absolutely. Yeah. Lastly, I know you must be very tired from a very exhausting trip, but that's the last question, and I wanted to tie in with what you just said now about young people, the importance of passing on that knowledge. We know that in Africa, for example, and many other cultures as well, is that the history has been passed on from orally. And along the line, this information becomes watered down, or somebody forgets. And, you know, at the end of the day, after 100 years, the information is no longer as accurate as it used to be. With initiatives like these, where indigenous knowledge holders are being included in the process, and with the, with incorporation of technology, computer scientists like yourself coming in, how important do you think this will be, for the future generations moving forward, where they can now say, this is my bloodline, this is my knowledge, my indigenous knowledge system, which I can access at the click of a button?
Yeah. So Masha washa tira usha wakaka no bonga ronji kuwerara ushavi hapo owawo kungruso ingruso akandino ndi kusho anashe veno kushumbazo menesho sho heikoka oshi kwa shino shi washiri kutido kungruso uya akandino ndi kutido mbazo
wacho wanje kungruso mbazo vinambi mbili moya wanambana nahi odo mahina ndeti mbazo eraka mbazo omudaro wambazo obina mbiso kungurwa okudamba kuyenda ku mulungu nokuhongwa banake okuja bekotoke pupido nambazo yao okuja abe hali mbia mbazo okuja iha imbia hiwa ondiki ya hitimo za mahina eraka omudaro okuhongwa.
So he is responding that for you to be yourself, and that you need your language, and you need your tradition on how they, for example, he took an example of the attire, on how they wear, because it is significant important knowledge, and that you can always put this knowledge into computers, that for generations to come, this knowledge will be there the young ones to learn about it. And his knowledge is part of knowledge construction.
Yeah.
So he said we have this opportunity, and we have to make sure that we are not left behind with this opportunity. So in a nutshell, that is what he's sharing on using technologies to make sure that his knowledge is not left behind. Remember that we are talking about artificial intelligence. Yes. That's me now adding. That you want artificial intelligence to be inclusive. There is a lot of opportunities for us to innovate new technologies, new games, new traditional games that have never been played before, that the communities themselves can be part of digital revenue, that they can generate revenue from these new innovations of artificial intelligence. So that's why for over a decade we've been working with him to ensure that the communities are also getting a equal share of their knowledge. A lot of people sell books, sell their intellectual capacity. They should also be able to sell and get revenue from their knowledge.
Absolutely. That's what we want to see going forward. I think not only for the indigenous people of Namibia, but all over the world. I mean, the struggles are similar. And like Mbinga said, that they did find common ground in terms of experiences and just the appreciation for their language, their culture, and how they want it preserved. All right.
Thank you. Kutido mbalo shino shiwa kutomo mo ingruto ya kandiyondi oshino shiwa
ndangi alikano macho wanje kumuchana
ndangi mnene next time I'm sure it will be better Dr. Stanley Tatebinga, thank you so much for your time. Let me just ask you just to stay put in the meantime while we move on the program. Thanks once again.
Thank you.